Shalom. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. You shout Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. Praise the Most High. Now, I'm here to talk about the shooting that happened in Jersey. Now, I believe, honestly, that was set up by the government because FBI agencies and all these other agencies have been looking to target the Hebrew Israelites for quite some time now. You know, I've studied under the Hebrew Israelites myself. I mean, I don't belong to a particular camp, but I do follow and back them up 100%. And I know that how setups happen in this world with this government. You know, who can trust a government that was behind, not behind, but that was all for slavery when slavery was here. You know, the federal courts were involved with slavery. You know, when the slaves left, the federal courts were the ones that issued warrants and all this other crazy jazz and had laws about keeping slaves enslaved. So how would I be able to trust a government that's so fucked up like that anyway? But to make a long story short, they say they linked him to the Hebrew Israelites. I don't know very much about the accomplice, the female that was with him. You know what I mean? All I know is by me studying under the Hebrew Israelites, I've never known them to promote violence. Yes, they talk about the oppressor and how the oppressor has oppressed us with slavery and locking us up and putting drugs and guns in the neighborhoods and you know, just all different kinds of fuckery that this government has done to us, and we're starting to stand up and realize it. They don't like that. They don't like the fact that we're standing up and we're starting to realize and read the Bible the way it's supposed to be read, instead of just following their way. We're the ones that think critical and outside the box. We know there's, you know, I mean, I don't understand, how do you go from reading the Bible to just going to target some so-called Jews that live in a so-called Jewish community? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They were looking to target and label the Hebrew Israelites from the beginning, because as me being a targeted individual, I do have another page. You can look under Wayne Daniels 333 at gmail.com. It's all spelled together. I'll leave a link down at the bottom if you want to log in and subscribe and look at some of the videos of the show, some of the proxy stalking that I have been in. I was put on a government watch list without due process. I didn't even have a chance to defend myself. And the federal government, they like to target minorities and a lot of so-called black folks and put them on government watch list. So now the Hebrew Israelites are making a stand, and a lot of them are starting to see the fuckery that and the oppression and all the stuff that we live in and all the conditioning that this government has did upon us, done upon us, that for these oppressed ass black people that are out, so-called blacks out here, that I haven't quite woken up yet. You know what I mean? They stand and they talk about it. The government doesn't like it. So the federal government is, like I said, has been trying to target them. Has been targeting them since day one. Okay? Because, like I said, it's growing tremendously, rapidly, and people are starting to see what's going on in this world. They're starting to see. I mean, damn, this fabricated bullshit that this government done set up has opened a gate for a shitstorm to happen. You know, damn. Me and a partner of mine was talking about we wouldn't be surprised if something happened before 2020. And look at this shit. Look at this. You know. But like I said, me being a targeted individual myself, I noticed different things when I would watch YouTube, and some of these camps that would stand on the corner and read the Bible, they were already targeted, and some of them didn't even know it. I hope some of the groups, some groups may watch this video. I hope they do, so that way they can identify with me of what I'm about to say. Like, a lot of them would go through a lot of loud noise campaigns. Like, while they're trying to teach the Bible and reach people, they would go through loud noise campaigns, as far as like fire departments would drive past them, EMS with their lights and their emergency equipment going off, as far as the sirens and stuff like that. And a lot of times it won't be an emergency. See, that's what targeted individuals go through. Single target individuals go through. And if you notice, a lot of people would drive with their lights on during the day. I mean, who the fuck really drives with their lights on during the day? That is proxy stalking. That is proxy stalking to the fullest. Proxy stalking to the fullest. And then another thing, let's see. When a motorcycle passes you, they'll just ram up their engine to make a loud noise, going past a lot of these groups. And it seemed like they're trying to drown out the teaching that was being taught at the particular time. You know, that is proxy stalking. That is a form of proxy stalking. And yes, it is psychological warfare developed by the fucking government. Not developed by the government, but adopted by the government, that the military itself, the military of the United States, they adopt this practice. They adopt it. Yep, they adopt it, and the government uses this shit on targeted American citizens. Psychological warfare, that's what you call it. Psychological warfare. So this thing gets real deep as far as proxy stalking is concerned. A lot of people will not know that they are targeted, for the simple fact of the matter is that things and events that happen around them, they won't understand it. They'll look at it as being unusual compared to their everyday life, if they notice that it didn't happen before, and now they notice these weird things are starting to happen. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm talking from a targeted individual point of view. If you see on my other channel, you will see me recording the proxy stalking that's happening. And there's a lot of people that are going through the same thing as far as being targeted by the government. You know what I mean? These higher ups are very racist. They don't want us around. We don't have human rights. It's not about the color. It's about the oppressor. The oppressor are these people with these badges and these damn the power to do anything that they want to do. Fabricate, just like the shooting was very set up and very well fabricated. You know, they try to paint a picture of Hebrew Israelites being terrorists, Semitic terrorists, identity terrorists. How in the hell are you going to have some white guys try to tell black folks how black folks are? I don't understand these federal agents trying to tell people how black folks, so-called black folks, that's what they call us, black folks are. How can you say that? How can you tell a person how they are? You know what I mean? That's just another excuse to throw a person on a government watch list, label this a hate crime, and target the Hebrew Israelites even more. That's just all that. That's all this was. That's all this was. And I mean, when you stand up and you talk about the oppressor and the oppression that happens to you, I guess the oppressor don't like it. I guess they don't like it. They don't like the fact that we're waking up and we're smelling the coffee and we're starting to see this, and it's starting to rise up. It's starting to go. They're losing control of the grip that they had on us. So therefore, they create a whole nother shitstorm as far as this shooting, this bullshit ass shooting is concerned. And then all of a sudden they'll have something to write on, another thing to write on, to try to keep some type of control. You know what I mean? That's all this is. All this is about is some type of control. You know what I mean? They want to keep us. They want to keep the darker skinned race, so-called black people, or whatever the case may be, especially the woke ones, the ones that talk about the oppressor. And there's a lot of so-called black folks seeing this. They're seeing it. They're not being conditioned by the oppressor anymore. They don't like, the oppressor does not like it, which is the government and these pale-skinned people out here that are higher up, that have this white privilege. They don't like that shit. They don't like it. That's why they want to keep us at a certain point. So therefore, like I said, the federal government or government agencies set this shit up. Open a whole nother gate to a whole nother shitstorm, But some of you camps out there, I want y'all to realize, that the government was already targeting you before this even happened. I don't know if you had a lot of you noticed that there was a lot of people blowing horns at you and stuff like that. That's all a part. That's all psychological, guy. I'm telling you. That's what I go through. You got your horn hunkers, your light brighters, people that it's all proxy stalking, man. You are already targeted and probably already on the list. It don't matter what camp that comes up. As soon as they find out, oh, there's another Hebrew Israelite camp, you're already targeted. As soon as they know you're a Hebrew Israelite or you follow them, you're already targeted and labeled as a damn terrorist. You know what I mean? And yeah, of course. Yeah, they add insult to injury, bro. That's what the oppressor does, man. This faulty ass government out here. But yeah, I just want you guys, this is just a little bit of insight from a targeted individual that was already targeted. Just wanted to let you guys know. And pray you guys stay safe out there. Praises to the Most High. Yahweh.